Next up, we have Ocean County Director of Commissioners, Frank Sadeghi. Commissioner Sadeghi's leadership focuses on strengthening services, enhancing the quality of life, and supporting sustainable growth through Ocean County. This morning, he will share updates on the county level, initiatives including improvements, economic development efforts, and planning. And he's an avid soccer fan. Commissioner.
Thank you so much. Yes, love soccer, grew up in soccer, and I'm a big fan, and as was mentioned, FIFA is coming this way, and it's going to be a big deal. You're going to feel it, you're going to sense it, and the county has great ideas and programs that we're going to put in place also to partner up with facilities like Adventure Crossing and places where they're going to have the watch parties and such. And I think at some point we need to sit down and talk about maybe having and organizing watch parties ourselves as a county and with the different municipalities. As Commissioner Gormley indicated, I am the proudest thing, aside from my family and my children, that I've done. This is all nice being a commissioner and such, but I have to tell you the proudest moment of my life is when I think about what I've accomplished as a business owner. I took a small business 33 years ago, sort of just jumped in the pool, not knowing whether I could swim or I could handle it, but 33 years later, I am proud of what we've accomplished and what we've built, and the responsibility that's associated with that. You're responsible for that payroll, you're responsible for folks being able to pay their expenses, their mortgages, pay for their kids' college education. It's a great responsibility. Going on vacation is sort of optional, because even when you're away, and most of you understand this and relate to this, even when I go away, I'm constantly thinking all the time about the business and what's going on at home with my firm. And when we talk about, and you've heard that small business is the backbone of the economy of this country, I submit to you that small business is clearly the backbone of what has happened in Ocean County over the last 100 years. Without small business, this is and for all intents and purposes, has been a bedroom community. And if we didn't have small business, we don't have industry down here. It's changing. Ocean County is changing, but that is really, small businesses are the backbone of Ocean County and Ocean County's economy. So people ask me, what motivated you at this point in your life to want to do this? And it's a good question. And I have to tell you, the biggest motivation for me was the fact that I could go into government and make government respond quicker, like a business does, be more agile to the needs of the community, like a business does. And I know it's not a simple task. You go into it, and I've been here for 2 years, and it's difficult. But the good news is that the employees and the folks that are associated with Ocean County also see that energy. And it's not just me, it's all the commissioners who are here, all new commissioners in a matter of 2 years. It's accidental, but we have all new 5 commissioners. Traditionally, if you remember, they used to call them freeholders. The freeholders used to go in, and 40 years later, we threw a party for them to encourage them to retire. So that's the way it was. Again, as the county changes, I think the attitude of the people who live in the county are going to change. People demand more transparency. They want to know what's going on. And we have to be agile with the government of Ocean County and be able to respond to that. And we're going to do that. The good news is that we're going to do that. I see it with the mindset that's changing. The folks who were there and worked for the county for 20, 30, 40 years, they looked at this and said, this is not for me. I kind of liked it the way it was, and they're sort of clearing the way, but we have new talent coming in, and I think the future looks very bright for Ocean County. Some of the things that we implemented when we got here are things that, again, I'm very proud of. One of the things that, again, accidentally, I came upon, a friend of mine called me before I even took the office, and he wanted to know why his daughter couldn't get in and get accepted to the programs at the Ocean County vocational schools. She has a direction. She wants to enroll in the medical assistant program, and they're telling us that they don't have room for her. That's not good government. That's not acceptable government. So I started doing the excavation and get into it. I like that. I kind of take pride in being a problem solver. There is a problem here. We need more accountability to those parents. 90% of our challenge with our kids is to show them that they have so much potential, that they can do so much. And it's frustrating to explain that to your children. Here, we have children and young people who have a direction. They know what they want to do. They want to become a welder. They want to become an electrician. And we're telling them, the county vocational schools is telling them, we don't have room for you. The more I dug into it and the more I looked into it, I found out that the issue was not that they didn't have enough instructors. The issue wasn't because we didn't have enough resources. The issue was providing the facilities to educate and train our kids. At the same time, I heard that Ocean County College was going through somewhat of a funk, and it's a national phenomenon. It's not just unique to Ocean County College, but they were losing kids. I said, you need to talk to one another. In fact, I'm going to force you to talk to one another. We started meeting on regular basis, on monthly basis. We brought the Ocean County College folks, we brought the Ocean County Vocational Schools folks and leadership together, and guess what? 2 years later, we're accomplishing so much. There are facilities within the county, within the Ocean County College that are not being utilized fully. So we're going to use those facilities for Ocean County vocational schools. The Jackson Center, which is a 25,000 square feet center on Route 571, was an addition to provide services for electrical, plumbing, welding, and medical assistant. That center, we just had the grand opening, so that is going to erode and address some of that wait list. There were 750 kids on the wait list. It's not good government. We needed to address that. We also relocated the Academy of Law and Public Safety, they call it the ALPS, from the Waretown location to Ocean County College. And that's thriving in a big way. We have geniuses, homegrown geniuses. Education is very important to me. I think as it is with all of us. These are kids that become, we had half a dozen of them at one of the meetings just recently, maybe a couple, 3 months back. And I was talking to the young lady. I said, where do you want to go, what college? And she said, you know, I don't know. I got acceptance from Harvard. I got acceptance from Princeton. And I'm trying to determine which is the best school for me. I mean, is there anything to be more proud of than this? These are homegrown kids. At the same time, we were telling their parents, we don't have enough room for you. Your kids want to enroll in the mates schools. We don't have enough room for them. Guess what? The Mates Addition is under construction right now, and we're going to make sure that we had every year 75, 80 kids that we said no to. We're going to accommodate those kids, but even beyond that, we're going to actually go out there and encourage kids these are the future astronauts and doctors and endless possibilities. So we're very proud of that. I wanted to talk about the renovations to the Southern Ocean County Resource Center. As the county grows, as the population of the county grows, we have to be mindful. We have to bring the services to the people. That was started before we got here, but that's a great location. I think the county clerk, surrogate, I don't know if the sheriff has a presence there, but utilize those services. And also, I got to talk about, when I talk about that location, I'm very proud of Meals on Wheels. That's something that resonates with the senior population. If you haven't been, Heather, what do you call that program? The ride-along or?
The ride-along.
Ride-along.
Or you can visit our community cafe.
If you haven't done that, I think most of the commissioners, maybe they're not the newest commissioners, but do that and talk to some of these drivers. My God, local heroes. For, I don't know, what we pay them $10 an hour, $12 an hour. It's not the money, but being out there interacting with our seniors, some of the seniors, this is the only exposure and interaction they have with the outside world. And we were just talking about this with Heather. It's not just bringing a sandwich to them. It's, how is it going today? Where's your dog? Where's your cat? Do you need anything? Where's your medication? It's all of it. It's much more than feeding them. And that program, we can't do enough for Meals on Wheels. We're proud of the program. Taking positive stuff, now let me switch to negative stuff, to the Assemblyman's position with the state and the direction that the state is going. I think most of you are paying attention that DEP just changed and revised their rules and regulations and added more regulation on properties that are located in the coastal areas. It's not just Ocean County that's going to be impacted by this, all the way down to Atlantic, Cape May County, Ocean County, but you keep going up, Monmouth County, Hudson County. Houses are going to be impacted. I think this is going to be devastating to the economy of Ocean County, and we need to pay attention to this. And I'm hoping that Greg and Brian and Carmen Amato and Bob Singer and Jim Holzappel and all the folks are going to put pressure on this governor, the new governor, to suspend these rules. We're going to, I think there's a lawsuit, I don't know if the lawsuit was actually put forth, and okay, you're saying yes, by Atlantic County, or is it Cape May County?
Atlantic County and others to follow.
So we're committed, Ocean County is going to join that effort, and I'm pretty confident that we can stop the nonsense, as they say. Next item that I want to get to and talk about is the creation of the Ocean County Improvement Authority. It's something that was brought to my attention by Senator Singer a couple of years back. Monmouth County has an improvement authority, a very robust program. In fact, I think at one point, some of the Ocean County municipalities sort of piggyback on that effort and that program. And I thought there was really no reason why we couldn't have an Ocean County Improvement Authority. And the purpose of the authority is to provide another avenue for especially the smaller municipalities that maybe don't have the financials or the rating, the bond rating, to piggyback on the county's bond rating. Is this going to be a free-for-all where Ocean Gate or some of the smaller Island Heights, my town, are going to build these facilities without some oversight on the county side? No. We're going to appoint people to that improvement authority to take a look under the hood, and make sure that these municipalities are not biting more than they can chew. Then that initiative comes to the commissioners, and the commissioners will also do their due diligence, and then they can vote on this. But the purpose of it is, if in a legitimate way, Ocean Gate, I don't know why I'm singling out Ocean Gate, or Island Heights decides that they need a new municipal facility, instead of paying 5.5% on the bond, they can use the financial might of Ocean County and get a much better rating. So that translates to saving money for the folks in that municipality, but it's folks that live in Ocean County. So to me, it's a no-brainer. Switching to Miller Air Park. I kind of knew before I became a commissioner that Ocean County had an airport, but I didn't have a close exposure to the airport. And I can tell you, we have a gem. Not every county has this. 30 years ago, 40 years ago, 50 years ago, the freeholders realized that transportation and mode of transportation is going to change in the future, and they bought this facility. I think it's 700 acres, this massive property, and they put an airport in there. People don't realize, they think that this airport can only accommodate smaller planes. You can actually land a 747 plane on this airport without any passengers, of course. Be too heavy, but there is endless possibilities there. There's some rules and regulations that we obviously have to respect. The property is located in the Pinelands, and most of you know dealing with Pinelands is not a pleasurable experience, but nonetheless, we were actually on the phone yesterday with Commissioner Ellenbogen, was also participating, talking to the Pinelands. We have a memorandum of understanding with the Pinelands where we can build additional hangar facilities, and there's a huge demand. There's a wait list for folks that have planes or charter planes, and they want to keep those planes at this facility. So we have great ideas and great plans for the airport, and I think it's good for commerce, it's good for businesses in Ocean County. The last thing I want to talk about is the initiative that we've been talking about the last month or so, and that's increasing the open space levy. I don't want to call it tax. Ocean County has had a 1.2 cents open space tax since the 90s, 30 years ago, I guess 30 years ago. They put this in place. They haven't adjusted that levy, and I think it needs to be adjusted. As the value of properties goes up, we have to pay more for land. We need to have more resources. But the purpose of this is not just to buy up property. That's one aspect of it, and we're going to the Open Space and Land Trust has done a tremendous job on that front. In fact, I think there is, what was the number, the latest number, Laura? Was it like 30,000 acres?
31,000.
Rob, 31,000. It's the size of Stafford Township that they have preserved, that Ocean County Land Trust has preserved so far. We want to increase that, but also the other element and the use for the additional resource is, as the population of Ocean County grows, and we are growing, folks, we need to use that resource and that money for the county to build additional recreation facilities, because we've done a good job in preserving the space, but we preserve the space and walk away. The property next to the OCUA, I think is 700-800 acres. There's couple of lakes. We could do a beautiful job, and in fact, we've started looking at doing a master plan, recreation master plan for that property. There are other properties, large properties, that we're looking at as well to acquire. So the money and the purpose of that money is for that, but also it gives us resources, gives the county resources to allocate and have grants that we can allocate to different municipalities to use for parks and recreation in their localities. So I think it's a good thing. I am convinced that I can come up with any idea that I think is perfect and nobody's going to have any issues with, and somebody is going to complain about it. But it is what it is. I think the question was actually on the ballot in Monmouth County, and it passed 2-1 overwhelmingly. I would think that that's going to be the case in Ocean County. And by the way, we're not saying that if we pass this, the commissioners are going to implement this. We're saying we're going to have the question on the ballot. You're basically doing a poll of the residents of Ocean County and see how they react to this. So that's all that is. Again, going back to small businesses, I am so proud of all of you, everything that you do for Ocean County, for Ocean County's economy. Without you, we wouldn't have the resources. I have to tell you, I am so optimistic. I see new commissioners, new ideas. 2 years ago, if you had a storm, and I'm not being disrespectful to the prior freeholders, they're all friends of ours. If you had a storm like we had last Sunday, you wouldn't find one commissioner on a plow or a salt machine. This year, I couldn't keep up. I saw Commissioner Bacchione and Commissioner Race on the truck. They're out there, operating the plow truck. I saw Commissioner Ellenbogen out there.
I asked, but they wouldn't let me. I only had to sit in the back.
I think Jennifer was salting. So this is what good government, agile government is all about, and I am so proud of what we're going to accomplish. There's going to be a better day for Ocean County, and we're going to, if we can do one thing, it's going to be to educate our kids, give them a good education, and make sure that they have all the resources, all the opportunities right here in Ocean County. We're going to put hope in a big way on the radar. Thank you so much. Thank you very much.